Hello, everyone. Welcome to round 3 of the Captain and Church Celebration tournament, playing against Lemonspawn. But as you've noticed by now, something is a bit different. So what happened was I clicked record, and then inadvertently I clicked stop recording shortly after, so I have 1 second of the match. Whereas Lemonspawn, who was, not kind enough, but he also records as well. So we're lucky we actually still do have some footage. So the first board, as usual, is with Captain, top right hand corner. Looking at this board, my thoughts were to do, okay, which is important? You trash down with Sona. Avanto is the only draw, so the Avantos quite important. You have Buy and Hamlet, but sort out the witches. Captain is okay here. Is okay. What I realized just now, I've just played a couple of games, is Captain, you can how I'm thinking about it now is as an amalgamation of two cards. So you would want it often as something on the current turn and then something else on the other turn. So maybe here you want it as something like, I don't know, Sona first and then Farming Village next, or Monument now and Farming Village next. That seems more likely. Or Bishop now, Farming Village next turn. Anyways, so we start here. I won't show you the whole match, just some highlights. So thinking, where does he pick up his first buy? I'm not even sure. Yeah, here. So here, turn 1, Lemonspawn buys a witch on 5, and guess what I open? Not a witch. So I open with Sona and Silver, and that was effectively all you need to know about the rest of the game. He won the curse split, and as a result had the better deck to work with for the rest of the game. At that point, he did all the correct things he had to do to ensure that he didn't fumble this good opening. So game 1 was kind of a wash. There's not much I could do. I was pretty happy with how I played game 1, and there's not much else to say here. And he sees Hamlet and Witch off the top here, so cycling is excellent. He'll get to Sona and Silver soon enough. He'll be trashed more than me. He ended the game, he bought a fleet and then emptied the Hamlet. The other 2 piles were the Sonas, of course, and the curses. And then I just couldn't do anything. He had 2, 3 captains. I had 1, and he was using them as monuments, so points were not an issue on the fleet turn. Anyways, so let's go to game 2. Where is game 2? Let me find it quickly. To the start of the game here. Yeah. So here's game 2, the kingdom for game 2 anyway. We have to have church, and we happened to get captain on here as well. Now this thing, let me make it play so you could not have the bottom half of the kingdom crossed out. Oh, maybe I have to wait on him. Yeah, no, what? Do I? Hold on, please. Alright, so there's the kingdom. Let's pause it up. So you guys 5-2 again here. Opens with wharf and encampment. Yeah, opens with wharf and encampment, which is pretty good. 4-3 for me. And I opened church expedition, which I wasn't sure about. This whole kingdom I wasn't sure about. There are a lot of things that you can do and you maybe want to do here, but I couldn't manage to get my mind organized enough, and I regretted it later on in the piece here. So one suggestion from the chat was Church Baron. I thought about it, but I didn't think too clearly. I went Church Expedition. I have no idea why. Captain here seems a bit weaker than the previous board, although I'm saying that from the mindset I had during the match, which is I missed the fact that you could just play Captain as encampment and there's no repercussion. You get to draw the 2 cards and the 2 actions, and Captain doesn't have to go to the supply because it's not impersonating an encampment. It's just played the encampment from the supply. So I missed that. That's a big deal. That's wharf level stuff, encampment now, encampment next turn. Just missing the buy, right? You exchange the buy for the action. So I missed that, and I also missed something, which goes back to what I was talking about previously with Captain. On this turn, you would want it as something. On the next turn, you would want it as something else. So Captain as a cantrip, I don't know why I didn't realize this. I realize it now. It actually draws. So if you play a Captain as Farming Village here, you get to increase your hand size by 1. Assuming the deck isn't all green and purple, right? Or if you play that Secret Passage, you do get to increase your hand size by 1. So Captain does actually draw here, and a lot of my strategy here involved getting wharves, because I saw wharves and encampments as the only source of draw on the board, which is not entirely correct. The duration Captain draws. Right? So that being said, we built decks sort of like this. Lemonspawn bought a lot of captains. I think he ended up with 7 or 8 captains, but I let him do that. I didn't really think captain was that important here. I prioritized getting wolves, so I had 4 wolves in my deck against his 2. One key thing that I did and I regret is that I let him get 3 encampments. I should have contested that split more aggressively. I should have at least won that split, and I felt like I could have done that given how the shuffles went and whatnot. Another thing that he did that I didn't do, he got 2 churches. I only got the 1 because, okay, I was counting on Wolf to pull me out of that, right? I acknowledge that I would have a bigger deck, but who cares if Wolf can draw it all, was my thought there. He did have the couple churches, so he did get thinner than I did. He had the 8 captains, I think. And really the big payload, or the big thing you want to do here, is with Baron. So as many captains as you can play for Baron, I think that's the big impact kind of thing here. So on this board, I think what you want to do, or what you want to imagine your ideal captain as, of course it'll change depending on the situation, right? But I don't know, just have an idea in your mind of how you can maximize captain, or get close to it anyway. Something like playing captain for Baron now, and then next turn play it as Secret Passage or Farming Village. Probably Secret Passage, honestly. Or if the encampments are there, you just play it as encampment. You could play it as encampment on both turns, and that's excellent. But the Baron now and the Secret Passage next turn is an excellent combination. So you could think of the Baron as a kind of weird amalgamation of those 2 cards. Like, because I had trouble picturing, okay, I saw him getting 8 captains, and I should just play this. I don't know why I paused it. And I just couldn't figure out in my mind, what are you going to do with all of those captains? In the end, I don't think he really maximized the use of his captains, because he was kind of not struggling, but a bit low on the plus action. He did have the 3 encampments, but that's all he had. He didn't pick up any farming villages. Let's skip ahead here. For the entire game. And the only extra actions aside from the encampments would come from the captains, on Secret Passage or Farming Village or something. So, and he didn't have the draw, I felt, to really squeeze as much as he could out of the captains. He did make good use of it, but I felt like you could do more, and you can do more if you have more draw in the deck. Anyways, we get to our point here at the end. So I briefly described both of these decks here. I think this is the last turn of the game. So he tried to end the game here on estates. The captains ran, the plunders are low, and he tried to run the game on estates by using some of his captains as Baron to gain estates. It didn't work out for him. He ended up just gaining 3 estates or 2 estates or something, and buying a couple provinces. Now you can't see my hand. I could have seen my hand, of course, but I missed something here, and that's my own fault completely. I totally missed this, because I had an opportunity here to pick up triple province. I was looking at this point to try to capitalize on the failed attempt to end the game, because piles were lowered. The estates are now at 5, and I didn't think, and I still don't think, there was any way for me to end the game on estates, plunders, and win. I could empty the estates and plunders, but I can't win. There's no way for me to win. I figured that much out during the game. However, I didn't figure out what was my alternative line if I couldn't empty the game there. And it turns out I did have money for triple province, but I didn't calculate very well, or didn't think, okay, what? Oh, wow, make me resign. I didn't realize I was taking that long. Yeah, so here, this was the crucial misplay. For me, I play my duration captain as a baron to gain an estate because I had a real baron in my deck plus the other captain. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to play those two as barons, get as much money as I could, and buy as much points as I can, right? But that's wrong. Fundamentally, breaking one of the fundamental rules of endgame here. You don't make it easier for your opponent to end the game if you don't have it locked up on your side. So you'll see here I do end up with 22 coin, right, after playing both Baron. The thing that I missed is that I only had one estate in the deck. I only just got the second. I think that I could have used that one estate twice. So once on my actual Baron, once on Captain Baron, and then I would have had 2 extra coin to put me up to 24. And triple province is a lot different from double province duchy and one estate less. I'm not sure if Lemonspawn would have been able to pile out on me still at that point, but it definitely makes it more difficult for him to do so. And what ended up unfolding in the game is that he was able to pile out everything and win by just 1 point. So I don't know if he just found some solution that worked at that point, or if that was as much as his deck could have done at that point. Either way, I should have gone for the triple province. That's 3 extra points and like 1 extra estate for my opponent to get. So that part I really regret. I should have done better. I should have known better, but my mistake. Even from the beginning, the expedition opening was shaky in my mind, But there are lots of openings here. There's church, baron, church expedition, secret passage church, if you want to see a church more quickly. And then you have to think about what you want to do, right? And I didn't think very clearly what I wanted to do here. I went after the wolves, and I don't think that was necessarily bad. It was different to what Lemonspawn did, and well, I was in a okay position, not completely losing position going after my wolf strategy here. So I did have more plunders than him, so I was raking in points like that too. But long story short, we lose 2-0 here. So this brings us to the end of my Captain and Church celebration tournament. We made it to the last 8, but we were unable to progress any further here. Let me see if I get to the 22. Oh no, we skipped past the 22. Okay, here it comes, right? Yeah, here's the 22 and 8 buys and my 3 plunders. So anyways, so this is as best as I could do for this this round, seeing as how I don't have any footage myself. Anyways, that is all for this tournament. I'll see you back on the we still have a few Renaissance cards to sort out, so I'll see you there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you.